What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 3 tips to improving at Call of Duty multiplayer. And right now, Vanguard is the most recent one, so these tips will apply to Call of Duty Vanguard. Let's get right into it. For our first tip, we're going to be going over mini-map awareness. This is perhaps one of the most overlooked features of newer Call of Duty players, and that is the mini-map. The mini-map is the biggest tool for understanding the traffic and flow of a match. So how should you begin learning and incorporating the minimap into your gameplay? First things first, the minimap is something you should check often. You should check this every few seconds, safely, of course. You don't want to check it if you're engaging an enemy player for obvious reasons. First thing you should always look for on your minimap are your teammates, and the reason for this is seeing where your teammates are positioned is going to help you understand what angles are already being watched as well as where you can position and locate enemy players. Anywhere your teammates are not, chances are that the enemies are going to be somewhere within that vicinity. While this is the most basic level of understanding for the minimap, there are more levels to the minimap than just this. So let's dive further. The more intermediate level of understanding the minimap is modifications you can make to the minimap. Your red perk category, aka perk 2, in Vanguard is mostly about information. And since the biggest source of information in Call of Duty is the minimap, there are a few perks in here that will help you enhance your minimap. The first perk is Radar, which will show enemies who are firing and have not opted for a suppressor or subsonic ammo type on their kit. While these enemies will be showing up on your radar, it is best to know that straight up chasing these red dots down is not a good strategy. Rather, you should position yourself based off your own teammates' positioning and watch angles where red dots are appearing. This will allow you to defend an area as well as stay alive much longer and rack up more kills. The forward intel perk is perhaps one of the strongest perks in the entire game, and this is due to the overall gameplay of Vanguard. In Vanguard, we have seen some of the most unstable spawn logic in the entire franchise. If you don't know what spawn logic is, this is understanding where a killed player will respawn on the map based off set points. The game will try to spawn players away from the opposing team, but if the game determines that the spawns are not safe, then they might spawn players behind the opposing team, which results in a spawn flip and a feeling of chaos where there is no map control or flow. Vanguard seems to have much more loose parameters of what is considered unsafe for a spawn point in many game modes, which results in unpredictable spawn flips. The forward intel perk shows a diamond of freshly spawned players who are not running the cold-blooded perk. As a result, this can help you read when an enemy has freshly spawned somewhere on the map, whether it be across the map or even behind you. This is even more powerful for someone who has the map memorized and understand what potential routes the enemy player can take, which can result in easy and essentially free kills for those types of players. Not only does the forward intel perk do this, but it also zooms out the minimap, allowing you to see more of the map on your minimap. This allows you to further determine how you should position and rotate through the map, and essentially buffs the intel, spy plane, and local informants kill streaks, since you can see where the locations of the enemies are at further distances away on your minimap while they are active. Being able to read the locations of the enemies on your minimap and how to position based off that information is the second level of the minimap, but there still is one more. The advanced level of the minimap is being able to accurately predict the majority of enemy player respawns based off the current location of you and your team without a spy plane or local informants active. Many high-skill players essentially have a counter in their head from the second a player respawns to the second that they will reach them again. This is understanding map flow and spawn point locations. If you are wondering how you can learn this at a very basic level and continue to improve upon it, you will have to begin playing more aggressively. Camping or playing defensive in your own spawn is not going to allow you to see the spawn locations. It might help you see spawn flips, but as we discussed earlier, those aren't very predictable in Vanguard, and pretty much every high skill player crutches on forward intel in this game due to the unpredictability. Gaining confidence in your own gameplay and pushing up in order to see where the enemies are freshly spawning in based off of forward intel, while spy planes or local informants kill streaks are active, will allow you to help determine spawn points. Another way is to go into private match, turn radar always on, and run around the map killing bots and watching closely to where they are spawning in a specific game mode. This will help you over time learn the spawns, and trust me, having this knowledge is one of the biggest skill gaps you can have in the entire franchise as it carries from title to title. Our next topic is going to be Killstreak Selection. Another very common mistake I see a lot of players make is that they aren't selecting appropriate killstreaks to their own individual skill level or their own playstyle. In Call of Duty games, the player can select 3 killstreak awards they wish to earn based off the required number of kills for a said streak. I want you to think about your playstyle and what you are trying to accomplish in a match. Are you pushing objectives? Then select killstreaks that are easier to earn, since you are likely to die while pushing objectives. Spy planes can help you and your team spot where non-ghosted enemies are on the minimap. Glide bombs are a great option for clearing objectives, but just be aware that they can be a little slow to initiate, and therefore you should use your own judgment based off whether enemies are pushing the objectives or not before you call it in. Mortar barrages share the same killstreak slot as a glide bomb, so you won't be able to run both, but the mortar barrage also has a use in objective modes. If you anticipate that the objective you are on is about to get overran, toss the mortar barrage on it, so if you die, that objective will have some defense. The strafing run is also a quick way to mark an area to take enemies out of power positions or even clear objectives. If your playstyle is around applying pressure on the map and rushing, you should consider killstreaks that will help you rush. Are you trying to flank? The counter spy plane will jam the enemy minimap from them gaining any sort of information where you are at in the match, based off of any sort of spy planes, local informants, radar perk, or even the forward intel perk. Are you taking on too many enemies at once? The guard dog killstreak will chase down any enemies who have damaged you, which can buy you time to heal or allow you to take out other nearby enemies. Too many people posted up in one area of the map? The bombing run tends the path itself based off where a high concentration of enemies are located, and it will strike these areas 3 times per use. Ultimately, the best tool for any aggressive player is the local informant's killstreak. Seeing all players on your minimap in real time, including ghosted players for 50 seconds, allow you to make the ultimate decisions based on your positioning and rotations around the map. Start incorporating smarter uses for killstreaks in your inventory based off your own playstyle, and you will begin to see more success in increasing both your win rate and your kill-death ratio. Our final topic is going to be crosshair placement. One of the most fundamental tips for FPS games is understanding whether there are not damage multipliers on different parts of the body. In Call of Duty, the limbs, which are defined as arms and legs, will reduce the amount of damage that the player receives, which results in more often than not requiring you to put an extra bullet into your enemies. While there are attachments that can remove this penalty, it is good practice to remedy the issue as a fundamental in your own gameplay. The reason you would want to improve your own gameplay rather than let an attachment do it for you is for a few reasons. Your reaction time will improve, your overall aim will improve, and there are better attachment options available that you might be missing out on in order to fix an issue that you can resolve by working on. Crosshair placement in Call of Duty is best placed at the chest level. The reason for this is many of the weapons in the game benefit from the torso damage multiplier. As a result, many guns will actually kill in the most consistent bullets to kill as possible. Also, recoil in Call of Duty tends to be more vertical than horizontal, and as a result, you might mix a few headshots in, which depending on specific weapon you are using might just reduce the amount of bullets to kill, resulting in a very fast time to kill. You might think aiming for the head is the best idea since most damage is dealt to the head, but this isn't always the case. Call of Duty is a fast-paced arcade shooter which has fast movement mechanics such as sliding, jumping, tac sprinting, and more. These movement techniques can make it harder for someone to consistently track the head, and in a very fast-paced environment, consistency is key. Therefore, it is in your best interest to aim chest high first and then let the recoil get you headshots unless you are going for camo challenges, of course. With that being said, that wraps up our video for today, and those are my top 3 tips for improving at Call of Duty. Let me know in the comments section below if this helped you out at all, and let me know if you already knew these tips or not. And if you have any more tips for some newer players to this game and franchise, please, by all means, go ahead and leave them in the comments section below. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, a rating is always appreciated, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a great day.